Welcome back. So today we're going to talk about account takeover through the means of social engineering, which is a big topic.
It's a huge topic.
There's a lot of subtypes of social engineering.
So many so that we sometimes forget what they are.
I know, isn't it crazy? Who would do that? Who would do that? So maybe let's unpack some of the big ones. So maybe let's start with phishing.
Voice phishing.
Yep.
Right? So it's what can I convince you of if I call you and talk to you? Or if I send you a voice message?
I mean, I could probably, I don't know, click a link. I could probably give you information.
You certainly could. So think of it like this. If I were to call and the caller ID says Kentucky State Police.
Probably not relevant to me in San Francisco.
Not relevant
that
to
might
you.
be an
Or
interesting...
the California PD.
Yes,
Chips,
there we go. That
right?
would worry
California
me. That would be
Highway
more
Patrol.
concerning.
And I say, yes, this is Detective James T. Lasky of the California Highway Patrol, and we've got your vehicle listed as being in an accident. Mm-hmm. Would you believe, even though you know your vehicle's not in an accident, you would respond as it might be the California Highway Patrol?
Right.
And then I start to run whatever scam that is, looking for PII, get you to give me access to something.
Driver's license
number,
like
any number of things like that. Mm-hmm. So that's phishing. You've got smishing, which is the text message that's sent over. So you'll get a text message that looks like it comes from your financial institution or the IRS or Social Security Administration. You've got phishing, which is the email that's sent. Looks like it comes from your financial institution asking for you to update your password, or you've got a security issue or something like that.
It takes you to a landing page,
so
you put in the real details.
Right. The idea with social engineering is the attacker understands technology and human psychology enough to manipulate you into giving up information, access, data, cash. He gets you to act not in a logical manner or a rational manner, but to set that to the side and act in a knee-jerk emotional response. There's a problem, there's an issue, there's an emergency, you're going to go to jail.
Yeah.
So you have to react to that, and that's why these scams are so successful all of a sudden, all right? If you think about it, and I use this example because I used to do this kind of stuff. I could send out a phishing email that looks like it comes from your financial institution. Your level of awareness is high enough that you're like, phishing email, I'm not going to respond to it. But what happens if I send out an email that looks like it comes from your streaming service? Level awareness is not really that high on that. But if you're using the same password,
that is an issue.
Similar one,
people do that.
80%.
I've heard.
What happens? It's an automated program from the attacker's side. I go to sleep at night, plug in those credentials. As I'm asleep, dreaming about stealing your money, as I'm asleep doing that.
You are stealing their money as dreaming about it. There
exactly. I'm actually doing that. I wake up, I've got your bank account, credit card account, tax statements, retail merchant, email, your streaming service as well.
That's right. And of course, the really big way companies protect against things like social engineering attacks, at least to protect the consumer authentication, is things like multi-factor authentication, device ID binding, making sure when they log into their accounts coming from a known device, or they have to step up to multi-factor and verify that's them. Of course, you can socially engineer your way to getting someone's multi-factor PIN, so it's not a silver bullet, but it does raise that effort that much more.
And again, this goes back to this entire idea that we've got, all right? Attacks, it's difficult to be 100% protected from every single attack. But if you
could just turn off login.
You could do that.
Problem solved.
You could go out of business completely and no fraud.
Good. There's a balance there, probably.
Right.
Yeah, that's probably a balance.
You could raise the friction levels so high
no one
that no one could do business.
Yeah.
And that would work like a charm.
That's the solution at the end of the day. If you want to stop fraud.
If you want to stop
But we're going to dial it back a bit to actually get the consumer piece there.
Barring that, what you can do is you can raise the cost of entry for the criminal.
Yes.
That multi-factor.
Yep.
He has to take the time, effort, and money to try to bypass that or to try to trick the individual into giving up the codes that are coming through. But it's a problem.
Yeah.
Why would he do that when you've got the lowest hanging fruit that's out there that's not implementing MFA? What's MFA right now? Maybe 14% of people across the planet have MFA?
Or I would say a lot lower than that.
There you go.
If it's enforced, maybe closer to that.
Right.
But like most solutions, nowhere even close. Single-digit percentage.
So it's always the lowest hanging fruit, easiest access that gets the highest return at the end of the day.
Oh, there you go. That's social engineering, and we'll see you on the next segment.